Start करें today we're going to discuss about the redox reaction in terms of electronic concept. Previous lecture we discussed the redox reaction in terms of classical concept, and we also learned the oxidation number in terms of the classical concept, and we also discuss the oxidation and reduction reaction. Similarly, in process of oxidation and reduction, we also discuss reducing agent and oxidizing agent. Now we'll start the redox reaction in terms of electronic concept. Electronic concept is nothing but the electron transfer process. So, redox reaction on the basis of and also we will discuss the redox, in that redox reaction, how to identify oxidation and reduction as well as oxidizing agent and reducing agent based on electronic concept by using atomic number. Now we'll take to understand the electronic concept, that is on the basis of electronic concept, what is the redox reaction. For example, zinc metal treated with aqueous solution of hydrochloric acid changed to zinc chloride, aqueous, and the evolution of hydrogen gas. Here we can balance the equation as 2HCl gives H2 and ZnCl2. In this case, actually this is the redox reaction. Now we'll see the electronic concept, that is based on electron transfer theory. Look at the oxidation state of zinc here at 0. In this case, the zinc gives out the electron showing the +2 charge on it. So first reaction in the redox reaction, zinc changed to zinc ion, as this reaction is called as oxidation reaction. Why? Because of, according to the electronic concept, the electron loss by the species is called as oxidation. Hence, the oxidation reaction we previously defined the electron loss by species, the process called oxidation. Similarly, now in HCl, hydrogen ion, that is H plus in aqueous. So here two hydrogen ion. So these two hydrogen ion accept the 2 electron which is given or lost by zinc metal. So here we show as 2 electron accepted by H plus ion. Here the formation of H2 gas. This reaction is called reduction reaction. In the above equation, we have two half reaction. Number one, oxidation half reaction, where zinc lose 2 electron, give out 2 electron to form zinc ion. And simultaneously, in aqueous solution of HCl, H plus ion is accept the 2 electron which is given by zinc and convert into hydrogen gas. This reaction is called reduction half reaction. Now we identify these two reactions. Now we have to identify which one is oxidizing agent and reducing agent. Now we already define oxidizing agent and reducing agent, as the oxidizing agent is the species which oxidizes the other substance and get reduced itself, whereas reducing agent is a species which reduces the other substance and get oxidized. Here we have to look at the zinc metal. The zinc metal is undergo oxidation process. We call this zinc species or zinc metal is act as a reducing agent, or it is called as reductant. Why? Because of the zinc oxidizes the hydrogen ion. You know, the species which oxidize to others we call reductant. One more thing you have to remember, on the basis of electronic concept, if a species increase its oxidation number, that is, you know that it is from 0 to +2, that means the number, oxidation number increased, so the species is called reductant or reducing agent. And here H plus ion in aqueous, that is act as a oxidizing agent or oxidant. Here in this case, this H plus ion is oxidizes to others, that means it oxidizes to the zinc and get itself reduced in terms of hydrogen gas. So in this both the reaction we have the identification of oxidation and reduction process, similarly reductant and oxidant. We'll take another example, that is zinc strip is immersed in copper sulfate solution. It changed to zinc sulfate and displacement of copper ion, or we can say displacement of copper metal. Now this also called as redox reaction. Here the zinc strip undergo the process as oxidation, that is formation of zinc plus ion by loss of 2 electron. This is called oxidation half reaction. Simultaneously, in copper sulfate, aqueous solution of copper sulfate, the copper ion in aqueous solution accept the electron which is lost by zinc metal or zinc strip. It is accepting the electron and convert into copper metal atom. Here in this case, the process is called as reduction half reaction. In both the cases, we can identify the zinc which get reduced because of this get reduced, which oxidizes the other. The zinc is called reducing agent or reductant, whereas copper is accepting the electron and get oxidized itself, which reduced the zinc. So copper ion is oxidizing agent. So my friend, we can define the oxidizing and reducing agent on the basis of electronic concept is the oxidizing agent or oxidants are the electron here the oxidizing agents are electron accepting acceptors. Remember, oxidizing agent or oxidants are electron acceptors. Here in this case, the species which changing its oxidation number, it increases from lower to higher, so it accept the electrons, so that is oxidizing agent. Sorry, that oxidation number is changes from higher to the lower. Like in this case, copper plus 2 charge is changed to copper 0. It's a metal item. Similarly, the reducing agent or reductant is defined as the species which are electron donors. These are electron donors. Now in the reaction, these reductant or reducing agents which electron donate during the process or during the redox reaction, which donating the electrons to the other species, simultaneously the oxidant and reductant undergo the process as called redox reaction. Now we have to learn how to assign such oxidation number or oxidation state. So we'll move to the next part, that is rules to assign or to calculate the oxidation numbers. Now here some rules to calculate oxidation number of the atom, ion or molecule. You have to remember these rules so that we can identify the redox reaction where oxidation and reduction reaction is there, as well as oxidizing and reducing agent. Now first rule, remember, oxidation number of atoms of an element in free state, that means standard form, standard state, is always 0. That means if you take the example like hydrogen in a free state, it is H2 form, oxygen O2 form, ozone O3, phosphorus P4, sulfur S8. Similarly, metals like sodium, calcium, zinc, copper, etc. These elements which are exist in the free state, underline the free state, that is having the oxidation number 0. Remember, all the metals in free state, all the non-metals which are in the molecular form, they have oxidation number always 0. That means how to know the oxidation number of such elements, such items of an element is 0. Look at, for example, hydrogen molecule. Now, hydrogen molecule have the one bonding between hydrogen. So these two hydrogens sharing the one electron, so both have the same electronegativity, so there is no charge separation taking place, so therefore they have cancelled the charges, so oxidation remains 0. Similarly, all other elements, they have 0 oxidation state. Second rule to remember the oxidation state of the alkali metals and alkaline earth metals. alkali metals have +1 oxidation state, whereas alkaline earth metals +2 oxidation state. Now look at alkaline earth metals. What are those alkaline earth metals? Like lithium, first element in the alkali metal, then sodium, potassium, rubidium, and cesium. Francium is a radioactive. So these elements, they have +1 oxidation state. Why? Because these are metals and they are electropositive. And all the electropositive elements have tendency to donate the electrons. So all have the one electron in the outermost orbit, so easily it can donate. Hence, they have +1 charge, or oxidation state or oxidation number is +1. Here, alkaline earth metals, which belongs to the group 2. So the first element is beryllium, then magnesium, calcium, strontium, and barium. Radium also there belongs to the group 2, but it is a radioactive. These elements are metallic in nature, so this is also electropositive and showing +2 oxidation state, because its outermost orbit have 2 electrons, so it can easily donate the +2 oxidation state. If you observe these elements in their compounds, they show +1 and +2 oxidation state respectively. For example, in case of alkali metals like sodium chloride, so in this case sodium is +1. And if you take the example of calcium chloride, so we'll write as CaCl2. In this case, calcium show +2 oxidation state, because here the sodium combined with 1 chlorine, here calcium combined with 2 chlorine. So it will form such compounds showing +1 and +2 oxidation state respectively. Another important rule for assigning the oxidation number, that is, in case of oxidation number of oxygen, it's very important, is always -2. Remember, in general oxygen show -2 oxidation state, but you have the exceptional case of oxygen. If you take the peroxide compound, in case of peroxide compound, the oxidation state of oxygen is -1. Remember, underline the -1 oxidation state of oxygen in case of peroxide. For example, hydrogen peroxide. Structure of hydrogen peroxide is, in general, we'll write as HOOH. Here, the charge on hydrogen is plus here, plus here. So to balance this charge, each oxygen showing 1 minus charge. Therefore, in case of peroxide, the oxidation state of oxygen is -1. Similarly, superoxide, oxidation state of oxygen is -1/2. Generally, superoxide can be taken example to understand what is superoxide. For example, potassium superoxide, that is potassium dioxide. In this case, we have to see the charge on potassium is +1. So charge on O2 is -1. Therefore, the oxidation state become, if you take 1/2, so oxidation is nothing, it's showing as -1/2. So in general, oxidation state of oxygen is -2. In case of peroxide, -1. In case of superoxide, it's -1/2. Another important rule to understand, to assign the oxidation number, that is, in case of hydrogen, So oxidation number of hydrogen in general is +1. But in exceptional case, this hydrogen show -1 oxidation state in if it is combined with metals. Combined with metals. That means more electropositive. If it is combined with the more electropositive, it show -1. Remember, for example, if you take the aluminium, the hydrogen combined is 3. So in this case, each hydrogen showing -1. These are called hydrides. It's called metal hydrides. So in short, oxidation number of metal hydrides where hydrogen show -1 oxidation number. It's very important. Now we'll move to the another important oxidation number rules. Number 5. That is, in case of fluorine, remember all the non-metals generally they exhibit negative oxidation number as well as positive oxidation number in different compounds. But fluorine, its oxidation number of fluorine is always -1. It never changes from -1. It remains same whether it is combined with the metals or non-metals. It show -1 oxidation state. Similarly, the next rule, which is very important to calculate or assigning the oxidation number in a compound or molecule, that is the algebraic sum of oxidation number of all the atoms in neutral molecule. Neutral molecule is 0. That means if you take the compound or molecule, so we have to add up all the oxidation number, where all the oxidation number of atoms. If it is neutral molecule, no charge on the molecule, so the whole number, that is oxidation number, remain 0. For example, if you take copper sulfate, that means the charge on the copper sulfate is 0. Means what? The oxidation number of copper plus oxidation number of sulfur plus oxidation number of 4 oxygen atoms add together, we call algebraic sum, that remain 0 because it's a neutral molecule. Similarly, if you take HCl or other acid or alkaline compounds have, if it is charge 0, that means the addition of oxidation number of the each atom, they remain 0. That is algebraic sum. Another rule, that is algebraic sum of oxidation number of all the atoms in polyatomic ion. Underline the polyatomic ion is its net charge. Remember, if you add up all the oxidation number of atoms in the polyatomic ions means the atoms are all together and showing the charge on it, either plus charge or minus charge, whatever, +1 charge or -2 charge or -3 charge or -1 charge, that net charge which remains is equal to the algebraic sum. For example, we'll take the sulfate ion or hydroxide ion or ammonium ion. Look at here, sulfate ion. Now this is the net charge on this polyatomic ion. So if you do the addition of oxidation number of sulfur and oxidation number of 4 oxygen atom, add together, will get the net charge, that is -2. Similarly, this is a polyatomic ion, 2 atoms, oxygen and hydrogen. Look at here. Your total number of atom is 5. Your total number of atom is 2. So atomic number of oxygen plus atomic number of hydrogen, adding together, it gives the net charge. So similarly, this is the algebraic sum, which is equal to -1. Similarly, plus charge, so addition of oxidation number of nitrogen and 4 hydrogen all together, which becomes +1. So this is very important rules to assign the oxidation number or oxidation state. Why we have to assign oxidation number or oxidation state? Because we know the process and the species involved in redox reaction to identify in the chemical process. Now on the basis of oxidation number, we can have the identification of oxidation process and reduction process. Now before to identify oxidation process and reduction process, we have to know how to calculate. We'll take some exercise to calculate the oxidation number or oxidation state of some molecules, neutral molecules, and some polyatomic ion. So we'll take example. So we have to do the exercise. Calculate the oxidation number, or we say oxidation state of the following. Now we have to solve the exercise. We'll take first compound. I will list out and then we'll solve one by one. Now here we have to calculate the oxidation number of the following. Now for whom? So you have to underline atom. So I will underline which atom to calculate the oxidation number. So here one more example I have mentioned, that is polyatomic ion. So I will write here NO3 minus. So underline the N. Then number 4 BiO3 minus. You have to underline, and NH4 plus. Okay. Now we'll start how to calculate the oxidation number of the following underlying atom in the compound. It's a neutral molecule or the polyatomic ion. So we'll start the solution. We'll take the first compound, NaBH4. As we know, the algebraic sum of oxidation number of all the atoms in a neutral molecule is 0. So we have to consider the oxidation number of Na plus oxidation number of B, that is boron, and the oxidation number of total 4 hydrogen atom is equal to 0. Now before that, as we learn some rules, that knowing the oxidation number of some elements like sodium have oxidation number or oxidation state of sodium is +1. Similarly, oxidation number of hydrogen. Remember, in this case, the hydrogen combined with sodium. So, it is the hydride. So, it's showing -1. Remember, hydrogen combined with metals, it is hydrides. So, always have oxidation number is -1. And we have to calculate the oxidation number of boron. So, I'll put here X because it's unknown. So, we have to begin to calculate the oxidation number. Okay, here, so from my side, how to calculate? There are different methods, different alternative methods can be adopted. So, we'll see to calculate the oxidation number of boron. First of all, we have to separate the atoms of element. So, we have 3 atoms of elements. We have 3 elements: sodium, boron and hydrogen. Now, here oxidation state or number. Sodium, we already written here +1. Boron to calculate, and hydrogen is -1. Then number of atoms of each element. So, sodium in the compound 1, boron 1, hydrogen 4. Now, here we have to add up sum of all the oxidation number, which is called as algebraic sum. So, we have to multiply this, it become +1, then plus X, here become -4. Since algebraic sum of oxidation number of all the atoms in a neutral molecule is 0, so equation becomes +1 plus X -4 is equal to 0. You have to add up together, means you have to simplify, so it become -3 is equal to 0. Therefore, X is equal to +3. This +3 is the oxidation state of boron. Therefore, the oxidation state or oxidation number of boron is equal to +3. So, in this way, we can calculate the oxidation number of other underlying atom. So, we'll move to the next, number 2. We have to calculate in this way the oxidation number of other compounds, other underlying elements of compounds. Number 2, copper sulfate. We have 3 elements: copper, sulfur, oxygen. Now, oxidation state of copper, as we know, it's a +2. Sulfur, we have to calculate oxygen -2. Now, number of atoms of copper is 1, sulfur is 1, oxygen is 4. We have to add up together, that is algebraic sum of all the atoms, oxidation number of all the atoms is +2 plus X -8 is equal to 0. Simplify, X is equal to +6. Therefore, oxidation state of sulfur is +6. Now here we can orally write the oxidation state here +6, as we calculated here +3. Now in this case there are 3 elements, so we'll write how to calculate. So number 3, potassium dichromate. In this case there are 3 elements: potassium, chromium and oxygen. Oxidation state of potassium is plus 1. Chromium, to calculate, and oxygen is minus 2. Number of potassium is 2. Number of chromium is 2, and here 7. Add all together. First, it will become plus 2. It become plus 2x. Here minus 14 is equal to 0. Now simplify. You will get 2x is equal to here 12. That is plus 12. Therefore, x is equal to, we have to carry out here, so it become plus 6. Therefore, the charge or oxidation state of chromium, which is underlined, is plus 6. Hence, the oxidation number of boron plus 3, sulfur plus 6, chromium in potassium dichromate is plus 6. Similarly, we have to calculate the oxidation number of nitrate ion, bismuth ion, and ammonium ion. Now we'll see the fourth compound, NO3 minus. We have two elements, nitrogen, oxygen. Oxidation state of nitrogen, we have to calculate. It is underlined, and oxygen is minus 2. Number of atoms of nitrogen is 1. Number of atoms of oxygen is 3. Add together, so it become x minus 6 is equal to, as we know the rules to calculate oxidation number, that is algebraic sum of all oxidation number of atoms in a polyatomic ion. So its a net charge is equal to net charge, so minus 1. Simplify this equation, so it become x is equal to minus 1 plus 6. Therefore, x is equal to plus 5. Therefore, oxidation state of nitrogen is plus 5. Similarly here, same in case of bismuth or bismuth, so it's showing the plus 5. Here, the oxidation state is minus 3. In this case, we have learned the assigning the oxidation state of neutral molecule as well as polyatomic ions. With the help of this process, we can also identify oxidation and reduction process in redox reaction. Similarly, we can also identify oxidizing agent and reducing agent. So we'll move on the next question to identify the process oxidation reduction as well as the oxidizing agent and reducing agent.